Welcome back to the young patriots Ibrahim Traoré, where the stakes are higher than ever in the heart of Burkina Faso's political storm. If you thought the assassination attempt on President Ibrahim Traoré was shocking, brace yourself for the explosive revelations in Part 2. Betrayal runs deeper than anyone imagined, with foreign powers and a trusted former ally, Karamoko Diara, pulling the strings behind a conspiracy to topple a nation. Join us as Traoré fights not just for his life, but for the soul of Burkina Faso in a battle that will leave you speechless. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button and ring the bell, because this is a story you can't afford to miss. Ibrahim's thoughts were interrupted by the sudden entry of Mamadou, his most trusted aide, holding a folder filled with new intelligence. "Sir, we've traced the final connections. It's bigger than we thought. The plot doesn't just involve Yamoyogo. There are foreign diplomats and military contractors tied to the network. We've identified a link to Karamoko Diara, a former diplomat with ties to multinational corporations and foreign intelligence agencies. He's been orchestrating the entire operation from behind the scenes." Ibrahim's mind raced as Mamadou spoke. Karamoko Diara was someone Ibrahim had known well. Once a respected diplomat, he had been an integral part of Burkina Faso's foreign relations. To learn that Diara was involved in the conspiracy was a gut punch. Ibrahim had trusted him, believed in him, and now he realized that Diara had been working against him all along. "I want him found," Ibrahim said, his voice low but commanding. "I want him in front of me, and I want him to tell me everything." Mamadou nodded, his face grim. "We're on it, sir. We have a lead on his whereabouts. He's holed up in a compound on the outskirts of Wagadugu, and it's heavily guarded. But if we move quickly, we can get to him before he slips away." Ibrahim stood up, his body still weak from the bullet wound but his mind sharp as a blade. He couldn't afford to waste any more time. He had survived an assassination attempt, but the real fight was only just beginning. The conspiracy was vast, and Diara was one of the final pieces. Ibrahim wasn't just fighting for his life anymore, he was fighting for Burkina Faso. His country was on the brink of collapse, and he had to act fast to protect it. "Get the team ready," Ibrahim ordered, his voice steady despite the rising tension in the air. "We leave in 20 minutes. As the convoy sped through the dusty streets of Wagadugu, the air grew thick with the scent of impending danger. Ibrahim's heart raced, but his focus remained unshaken. The final confrontation was upon him. He couldn't afford to make any mistakes. The convoy approached the compound, its walls looming against the darkening sky. Ibrahim's security team moved swiftly, surrounding the building with military precision. The plan was simple: infiltrate the compound, capture Diara, and bring him back for interrogation. But Ibrahim knew that nothing about this operation would be simple. They had already been ambushed once, and Diara's connections were far-reaching. There was no telling who, or what, would be waiting for them inside. Ibrahim and Mamadou led the charge, entering the compound's darkened interior with the same precision that had kept them alive in the palace. The tension was palpable, and Ibrahim's senses were heightened. Every creak of the floorboards, every shadow in the dim light felt like a warning. They moved through the hallways, weapons drawn, until they reached the central chamber. Inside, they found Karamoko Diara, sitting calmly behind a desk as though he had been expecting them all along. The look in his eyes was cold, calculating, and defiant. "You've come, Ibrahim," Diara said, his voice smooth but laced with venom. "I knew you would eventually. But it's too late. The plan is already in motion. You can't stop it." Ibrahim's heart pounded as he stepped closer, his gaze locked on Diara. "The plan is over, Diara. You're under arrest for treason, conspiracy, and the attempt on my life. The game is up." Diara chuckled darkly, rising from his chair with a slow, deliberate motion. "You think you can stop this? You think you can expose everything and save your precious Burkina Faso? You're nothing but a puppet, Ibrahim. You've been played and now you'll fall like the rest." The words cut through Ibrahim like a knife, but he stood his ground, his resolve unshaken. "No, Diara. This is where it ends. I've survived your assassination attempt. I've exposed your conspiracy. And now I'm going to make sure you face the consequences of your actions." The room grew colder, the air thick with the weight of the moment. Diara's defiance only fueled Ibrahim's determination. He wouldn't let this traitor destroy everything he had worked for: the stability, the hope, the future of Burkina Faso. Ibrahim's men moved in to detain Diara, but just as they reached for him, the doors to the compound slammed shut with a deafening clang. Gunfire erupted from all sides, and Ibrahim's team immediately returned fire. Diara had prepared for this. He wasn't going down without a fight. But Ibrahim Traoré wasn't about to let him win. The confrontation descended into chaos, with bullets flying and smoke filling the air. Ibrahim's men fought back fiercely, securing the compound and neutralizing Diara's mercenaries with ruthless efficiency. Ibrahim himself moved with precision, his focus unbroken as he advanced toward Diara, who had been cornered by his guards. The diplomat's face was twisted in rage, his calm facade shattered. "You won't win, Ibrahim," Diara spat, his voice dripping with desperation. "You're already dead." Ibrahim stood tall, his gaze unflinching, the pain in his chest a distant memory compared to the fire of his resolve. "Not today, Diara. This is our victory, and you will answer for your crimes." The battle for Burkina Faso's future had reached its breaking point. The conspirators had been exposed, but the war was far from over. Ibrahim's survival was no accident. He was the protector of his country, and no matter what it took, he would defend it from those who sought to tear it apart. Ibrahim Traoré had survived yet another assassination attempt and exposed the dangerous conspiracy threatening his life. With Karamoko Diara and his foreign allies now captured, what comes next for the future of Burkina Faso? Stay tuned for the next chapter of The Voice of Ibrahim Traoré as the fight for justice continues. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The battle for the soul of the nation is just beginning. The fight for Burkina Faso's future is far from over, and Ibrahim Traoré's resolve is stronger than ever. With Karamoko Diara captured and the conspiracy exposed, what lies ahead for this fearless leader and his nation? Stay tuned for the next chapter of the young patriot Ibrahim Traoré to witness the gripping conclusion of this epic saga. Like, share, and subscribe to join the battle for truth and justice. The soul of a nation hangs in the balance. Don't miss what comes next.